I have a good news for you. And the news is that you can be a greater version of yourself. In the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verses 12 and 13, it says, Isaac planted crops in that land, and the same year reaped 100-fold, because the Lord blessed him. The man became rich, and his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. In one word, I will say Isaac was a rich man, and he became a greater version of richness, until the Bible even don't know what to call it. He said he was a wealthy man, from being rich to become a wealthy man. I want us to look at the things that he did to get a better version of himself. The first thing is, what did he do? What did he do? He planted crops. The law of planting and reaping is as old as the rays of Iman. If you want to become a better version of yourself, you need to plant crops, just like Isaac did. Even in the midst of famine, he planted crops. The actions that we take every day is the seed that we are putting down for what our future will be. When you plant good seeds, then you can be sure that you will become a greater version of yourself. You will become rich in the things of God, in the things of man, in the environment that you have, in your person, in your character. It will be a better version of you, because when you sow, you will definitely reap. So Isaac planted crops. That is why he became richer. Then where did he plant? He planted in that land. There's a particular land for planting. Planting is not just anywhere. There is a place that God has appointed where your wealth is going to be. The seed that we can plant and get good return in Nigeria, if you do the same thing in America, you may not get anything coming, because that is not the land. That is that land. The same thing. I want to speak to some people that are church shopping, hopping around like they are a secret shopper. There is a particular land with you where the angel of the Lord have kept your blessing. That is where you need to be. That's where you need to sow. If you think your tithes or your givings, you can send it to anywhere. No, you can't. There is a land. There's a particular place. Even your service, there's a place, there's a land where you need to put it. If you do that, then you will prosper. Then you will have a greater version of yourself. So the way of planting is in that particular land. When Isaac planted in that same year, there are people that are observing the season, and they will say something like, oh, okay, I will do it next year. I will do it year after. Okay, it will be 2025. It will be 20. That's my year. I have a target. No, that same year, when the revelation of the word comes to you and is giving you opportunity to plant, to sow a certain, that's the year. That is the time that the Lord is appointing to you. You need to take the move right there. You need to plant the crop. You need to go to that particular land, and you need to do it in that same year. That is how you can get a better version of you. The Bible says in that year, in the year when there is famine, Isaac planted. In that year, others are believing for the worst. Isaac planted. In that year where planning for the future looked like it's not possible, Isaac planted. In that year where others were holding seed, Isaac planted. In that year where others are holding back, Isaac planted. In that year where everybody was ruled by fear, Isaac was ruled by faith. He planted. Can you be the Isaac of this time so that you can get a better version of you? And what happened? Who prospered Isaac? Is the Lord. That is why we cannot look at the season. That is why we cannot be afraid of the economy or our environment, because He's the Lord. What did the Bible says in that passage that we read? He says, and the Lord blessed him. The Lord blessed Isaac. The man became rich, and his wealth continued to grow until he became very rich. Why? Because the Lord blessed him. How many of us are willing to be blessed of the Lord? The Lord is willing to bless us. When we sow, when we go to that particular land that He has showed us, when we decided out of faith, when we are not afraid to take that step, in the same year that our obedience is coming in the way that the Lord is giving us, those are the people that the Lord is ready to prosper. And what did He get? The Bible says He got 100-folds. That is the result. If it's coming from the Lord, you cannot short with the Lord. You cannot lose with the Lord. You can only get a better version of you if you entrust your life, if you entrust your faith, if you entrust your body, even to the things of God. He can only bring 100-fold. All that is required to have greatness is the power that is within us, that the Lord give us the faith to believe in Him, because He's the source of all power. You have to have this understanding that the Lord is exceedingly able, greater than what we ask or what we think when it comes to the area of multiplication. He already knows what's the end, even from the beginning. He wants us to go ahead and plant our crop. He wants us to go to that land that He has shown us. He wants us to, at that particular time, that same year, and He wants us to know that He is the source of all blessing, that He is the one that can do it. And when we do it, the result is a greater version of yourself. God bless you.